Hey y'all, Shannon from Northeast Ohio here. I know it's been a while since I did a garden chore, but that's what we're doing today. I was just out here looking around. Yesterday I came out and, well, actually the day before yesterday, and I pulled, I pulled all my, uh, my 3 zucchini squash plants I pulled out because the vine borers got into them pretty heavy, and they were starting to wilt down and I started looking and, well, when did you know it, there was vine borers in them, so I ripped them out. I did some weeding. Still got to do a lot more, but it's a never-ending battle. I put some dirt around the base of my 2 surviving giant sunflower plants, so here we go. As you can see, the dirt in there. It's a good 3 inches. I put dirt in there. Back up so you can see how big this thing's gotten. And the other one. These squash plants I put down in here. Yeah, they're small. I figured they'd be alright until I pulled the beans out, but I don't think I don't think so. And I did the same thing with this one, piled dirt around the base of it. And it's setting a nice little head up there. It's still small. I ain't gonna get it in. Pineapple doing good. These fell off the vine. This squash plant is the only one that's surviving so far. And that's the lemon squash. It's called a lemon squash because it's supposed to resemble a lemon, not because it tastes like one. The tomatoes are all doing good. They're ripening up quite nicely in there, even being all knocked over. As you can see, the blight stopped. Yep, that one's done. It's kind of orangish yellow. There's some more on here. These okras are pretty small and spindly. The green beans are looking really good. I've been in here harvesting. I pulled a row from there, pulled them all out. Got 4 quarts of beans. All these volunteer tomatoes are starting to ripen. I got all these ones pushed up on the fence, tied up. The blights even stopped on these ones, so that's nice. You see I still got some dead leaves I gotta come in and pull off the plants. But as you see, top's still green, still going. All the fruit's still fine. It's all still ripening. And then the blight's only going to go so far and stop. These guys are doing okay. I got to get them in the ground. I still haven't done that. I still got some leeks in the ground I got to get pulled out. I had green beans right here. As you see, I came through and I weeded all this up too. And these are some big green beans. So I'm waiting. I got 1, 2 plants here left. This one got a lot on it. Oh, 3 plants. I got one right here. A little tiny one. I'm going to let these go to seed. And my peanuts The rabbits ain't been in here eating them. But I think they're done. I don't think they're going to produce anything. All the volunteer tomatoes. I mean, I got some big volunteers coming in. These are nice and tall. Still no head in the center. But I came in and thinned them out, pulled the grass out from about of them. And pepper's doing good. Banana pepper. Banana pepper. Banana pepper. Banana pepper. This one's a bell pepper. Let's see, right there it is. I think this one's probably a banana pepper. Banana pepper. Banana pepper. This one right here is a banana pepper. Banana pepper. The broccoli. It's almost done flowering. The seed pods are starting to get nice size on it, so that's nice. This cabbage is doing, it's not tight, but the Brussels sprouts are doing good. Here we go. The celery, it's doing good, but like I said, I think this was leaf celery. You grew it for like the leaves. I think that's why it's not putting on a lot of girth in the stalks. But I also heard that these guys love water, so I'm probably just not giving it enough water. And these candy cane peppers here are doing really good. I took 4 of these so far, and they were on this plant here, which is this plant is getting weighted over. I'm gonna have to stake him up. That bell pepper, but that banana pepper right there is finally producing. This one just started to produce. This kale's doing all right. All these tomatoes here were tomatoes that I pulled out of the garden over here and planted them here after they started. I just ripped them up by the roots, so I wasn't gentle about it. This okra's finally starting to take on some height. This multicolored spinach is finally looking good. It's looking like it's branching. More of the volunteer tomatoes that I just ripped out from over there and planted here. Watermelon is going crazy, doing good. First squash on this plant, and it looks like it is a lemon squash. The peppers that I got planted in here, they're kind of hidden now by the yam and the sweet potato and the watermelon. Which these squash plants all look good. I'm not sure how many of them are the lemon squash, and how many of them are crookneck and vine borer. That's vine borer in there. This plant's no good. It'll die. So, go right over into my other pile. So, these are the tomatoes that the neighbor gave me here. They're doing good, sending out lots of flowers. put on lots of fruit for me. I'm not sure how many more of these I'm going to lose to the vine borers, but it's alright. I got eggplant still coming on. The eggplants are looking good for even having as many holes in leaves that they do. Look good. There's another big one. They get really long, so right there, you see? That's the beginning of it. Yep, so there ain't no need to have that around anymore. And I planted radishes here. I planted more melons there. And the carrots are coming up nicely, which I gotta come in here and pull the grass out, so I don't lose all of my carrots. But if I do, it's no big deal. I'll just do something different next year. It's no big deal. Usually when I start growing stuff my first year, it's just all experimental. If I get a harvest, I get a harvest. If I don't, well, I don't. It's no big deal. Grocery store is still just right down the road. But the point of growing your own food is so you don't have to go to the grocery store. But until you get a hang of it, ain't no big deal but to go to the store. But moral of the story is don't give up. Just because it doesn't grow good the first year doesn't mean it won't grow good the second year. And if it doesn't grow good the second year, that's when you start trying to figure out what you're doing wrong. Usually it's A, it's not getting enough water. B, it's not getting enough nutrients because you got to fertilize. Because, you know, sometimes your soil's poor, so. I know I told y'all last video that this was cantaloupe, but this is a watermelon. That is completely my bad. I don't know what kind of watermelon it is, but I think the vine borers kind of got to it because it's kind of looking sad. But it probably doesn't help that it has powdery mildew, but that's okay. I got some gnarly looking cucumbers going on. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's because they weren't getting enough water when they needed water. But I got another little yellow squash back here. So, there's another cucumber there. Got a pumpkin clear over here. Remember? That's all pumpkin. This is a pumpkin that I planted. No, I didn't plant that. That's a volunteer right here that came clear over here. That's pumpkin. That's nice to know now. Right here, this other volunteer, acorn. It's a viner. That's pretty cool. But this was a store-bought acorn that went bad sitting in the fridge. So I told the kids just come out here and throw it in the garden before winter hit. And well, one of the seeds managed, and it came up. So volunteer. I don't know the variety. Store-bought. And like, I got a little pumpkin right there going too. Got another pumpkin there. I'm trying to look. Right there is what I call a maybe pumpkin because it hasn't bloomed yet, so it's not guaranteed. Vine borers, I'm assuming. But I just let it die because it's all tangled in my other plants. So, which right here, I believe that's a spaghetti squash, but I'm not sure until it gets a little bigger. A zucchini, but as you can see, the vine borers got to this one too. I don't know. It's like looking through and trying to find stuff. It's the leaves have died there, but the vines have not. That's from the powdery mildew killing the leaves. Oh! Almost fell. Trying to get up out of there. Got more pumpkins. Hold on 1 minute. There's a pumpkin there.
Pumpkin all the way in there.
There's another pumpkin there.
Where?
Right there. Move, please. Thank you.
I saw one way in there.
I know. There's more pumpkins down in here. Oh, it's over here. Right there's one. Right there's one. And right there's one. So there's 3 right here in this area. This pumpkin vine has, I already showed them that, has sent out so many leads that it's ridiculous. So if you all are going to plant pumpkins and you don't care what size your pumpkins get, only plant 1 or 2 because they're going to vine like crazy. Take it from me. You don't want to have to keep dealing with running leaders back in so you don't mow them over. So don't plant a whole bunch of them. Alright. We're back here at the trail of tier beans. And they are all growing up. There's one that comes clear up to right here. And that's at least 6 inches from the top of the fence. And it's a 6-foot tall fence. And it's blooming. And I do got a green bean somewhere. I seen it. It's still a little tiny thing. Oh, right there it is. Little tiny thing. But the squash plants, they're getting big. I got one from here. It's found its way up and started vining. Those guys down there, they ain't doing very much. I don't know, but they might not be getting enough sunlight. They might not be pumpkins. I might have planted cucumbers, and these are the pumpkins. Here. And, not spaghetti squash like I think. I don't know. I don't remember what I planted. My bad. I guess I should have marked them. But the squirrels loved my tomatoes so much last year that they were stealing my tomatoes and buried them to come back later to get them. And, well, I now got volunteer tomatoes where I shouldn't have volunteer tomatoes. Yay, fun. I lost all the fruit off my mulberry tree this year because of all the high winds, which that sucks, but I barely got any last year anyways, but it'll be alright. I wish I could find somebody at one of the local farmer markets that picks them and sells them, but I don't. Me and the kids, me and my 2 oldest kids we went out and went over to Fairview, Pennsylvania, to a berry picking farm where we went and picked blackberries, raspberries, and yellow-capped raspberries, some form of them. I can't remember the varieties of them, but that's really what they were. And let's see, it was $8 a quart. We got 8 quarts of berries, which we're saving that because we want to make some rhubarb jelly with the berries. So, because we don't want to put all the berries, we're going to mix all the berries together, but we want to mix some of them with the rhubarb. So that's why we haven't made jelly yet. What else is there? We're going to be making apple butter this year. Well, that won't happen until October, the 3rd week of October, because we'll pick the 2nd week. I'll probably hold on to the apples a couple days, and I'll probably release the video probably the 3rd week of October. Very simple recipe. We go and pick 2 or 3 bushels. We get 4 bags, so it might be 4 bushels of apples. And that will take, because I do it on the stove, which you got to wait for it to cook down. So depending on how watery the apples are, will depend on how long it cooks. Last year it took us, let's see, I put it on in the morning, and it took roughly almost 36 hours to fully cook down to the consistency that I wanted it. And I did it on the stove. If you do it like over an open fire in one of those apple kettles, one of those apple butter kettles, it won't take as long. But if you do it on the stove, it's going to take some time, so just be prepared for that. Which you got to be with it all the time, because once you start, you got to keep stirring it, or it will burn, and then your apple butter be no good. So just keep that in mind. My video for it won't be that long. It'll only probably be maybe 30-40 minutes long, just to show you every step of it. But I still have apple butter in the basement. I think I still have 12 quart jars, and I got 1 open in the fridge, which it's good for everything. I even got 12 16 ounce, no, I think they're 8 ounce jars, jelly jars. They're 8 ounce jelly jars. I got 12 of those of pineapple. I got 12 pineapple preserves, and then I got 3 big jars of pineapple syrup, because it didn't quite set up, but it was still good, so it's syrup. You have that a lot. Like, you start making jam and you don't do it right, you end up with syrup because it never sets up, which is still fine. It's syrup. Just pour it over stuff. And then you won't have to go to the store and buy all that flavored syrup, like the strawberry syrup and the berry syrup. You just make it at home. Just screwing up for your first time making jelly. But it's alright. Like I said, already had picked 4 quarts of the green beans, which I froze those. I did not can those. Which I won't be canning green beans this year. Next year I will be, because I'll have my pressure canner and I won't be water bathing. Which you can water bath can green beans. They say they don't last as long. They say water bath canning is 3 to 6 months, and pressure canning's 6 months to a year. But my grandma, she water bathed and pressure canned a lot of her food, and we would eat it years later. Which my grandma also taught me how to know whether or not your food went bad in your jars or not. But so that's about it. Keep walking around trying to think if I missed showing you guys anything. I don't think I did. Pretty sure I got everything. But I got a lot of weeds to pull. Like that's all grass. I gotta pull that out. It all grows right in the fence, right at the bottom of the fence. And can't weed whack there because I have flowers there. So I gotta get that all pulled out. And I gotta lay some landscaping mat down there. Throw some black mulch on top of it, and everything should be good. This is a citrus tree. I believe it is either a lemon, an orange, or a grapefruit. It's my mama's tree. Another one. My mama's tree, which is, this thing got thorns on it. They haven't hardened up yet, but it has thorns on it. She grew these from seeds that she bought. She bought the fruit and then she grew the seeds. This one got thorns on it too.
It's on. I know what I do. I know it.
See. Alright, until next time, y'all, remember, like, subscribe, share my videos with people you think like them. Bye.